Power is not just about force, it's about perception. It's about controlling how others see you, shaping your image, and making strategic moves that ensure your success. Welcome to part 3 of our series on the 48 Laws of Power, where we'll dive into the laws of reinvention, theatricality, and strategic dominance. Stay with us, because these are the laws that separate the amateurs from the true power players. Power is often about perception. The most influential people in history understood the need to constantly reinvent themselves and adapt to their surroundings. These first 4 laws reveal how to craft an unbeatable image and control your environment. You are not confined by your past. The truly powerful reinvent themselves as needed, shaping their image to fit their ambitions. Take Napoleon Bonaparte. He transformed from an obscure Corsican into the Emperor of France by crafting an image of invincibility. Every detail, from his military uniform to his public speeches, was designed to project strength. Julius Caesar did the same. He carefully shaped his public persona, ensuring that the Roman people saw him as both a military genius and a defender of the common people. By controlling his own narrative, he secured power. Modern example, Elon Musk. He went from tech entrepreneur to visionary space explorer by carefully controlling his narrative and public persona. He doesn't just sell products, he sells a vision of the future. Another modern case is Madonna, who has managed to stay relevant for decades by constantly reinventing her image to fit changing trends. Every reinvention kept her fresh, keeping her ahead of younger competitors. Powerful people never take direct blame. They use scapegoats, intermediaries, or clever strategies to avoid getting their hands dirty. Take Cardinal Richelieu, the mastermind behind French politics, who used intermediaries to enforce his will. If something went wrong, it was never directly linked to him. In the modern world, CEOs and politicians often let others take the fall for their failures. When a corporation gets bad press, it's usually a mid-level executive or a spokesperson that resigns, not the person truly in charge. The lesson? When power is at stake, blame should always land elsewhere. People crave meaning. The most powerful figures throughout history built loyal followings by giving people something to believe in. Example: Adolf Hitler and Mao Zedong both used grand ideologies to unite followers under their vision. While their actions were destructive, their ability to manipulate the masses through belief systems was a key element of their power. Modern version? Steve Jobs. He didn't just sell technology, he created a movement. Apple became more than a product, it became an identity. People lined up for hours to buy devices they didn't need because they believed in the Apple philosophy. Social media influencers use this law today. They build loyal audiences not just through content, but by making their followers feel part of something bigger. Cult-like branding is a major factor in modern power structures. The takeaway? If you can tap into belief, you can control minds. Hesitation kills power. The most powerful people in history move with boldness and certainty, whether right or wrong they commit. Example, Alexander the Great never hesitated, even when outnumbered. His confidence alone won battles before they even began. Another example is Donald Trump's political rise. His ability to make bold, sweeping statements, whether factual or not, allowed him to dominate the media cycle and attract massive attention. In business and politics, confidence often matters more than correctness. Even in daily life, this law holds true. People are naturally drawn to those who act decisively. When you hesitate, others sense weakness. But when you act boldly, people assume you know what you're doing, even if you don't. The lesson? People follow those who appear sure of themselves. Confidence, even when faked, creates influence. Powerful individuals don't just react, they plan ahead, manage perceptions, and ensure they are always in control. The most powerful people never make impulsive moves. They anticipate every outcome before acting. Example: Julius Caesar planned his rise for years, aligning with the right allies, winning key battles, and positioning himself as a dictator long before taking full control. Business example: Jeff Bezos and Amazon's dominance. He didn't just build an online bookstore, he methodically expanded, eliminated competition, and now controls global commerce. Every move should be made with the long game in mind. The lesson? Think in decades, not days. The real power players plan far beyond their immediate goals. Powerful figures make success look easy even when it's not. The illusion of effortlessness makes you appear superior. Example: Leonardo da Vinci. His masterpieces seemed effortless, but he spent years perfecting techniques in secret. Another case? Michael Jordan. His basketball skills appeared natural, but behind the scenes he trained harder than anyone. Yet he never let the audience see his struggle, only his dominance on the court. In the corporate world, Apple's product launches make innovation look effortless, when in reality, years of development go into perfecting each new device. Make the hard work invisible, and people will believe in your natural superiority. True power comes from making others believe they have a choice, when in reality, they are playing your game. Example: Henry Kissinger's diplomatic strategies. He gave world leaders options that always benefited the United States, making them believe they were in control. Another historical example? Otto von Bismarck, the German statesman who manipulated European politics by offering leaders choices that always led to outcomes that strengthened Germany. In modern marketing, companies do this all the time, offering choice while ensuring every option benefits them. For example, streaming services offer multiple subscription plans, but every tier still guarantees profits for the company.
The truth is, I'm not really sure what happened.
The takeaway? When you control the choices, you control the outcome. People prefer illusion over reality. The most powerful figures in history sell dreams, not facts. Example: P.T. Barnum, the legendary showman, built an empire on spectacle and exaggeration. His motto: people want to be entertained, give them a show. Modern example: Elon Musk and SpaceX. He doesn't just sell rockets, he sells the dream of colonizing Mars. Investors and the public are drawn in not just by facts, but by the bigger vision. The lesson: people crave fantasy. If you can provide it, you will always hold their attention. Powerful figures don't just rise, they eliminate distractions, silence critics, and stay focused on their objectives. Everyone has a vulnerability. Find it and you control them. Take J. Edgar Hoover's secret FBI files. He held dirt on politicians, ensuring they could never challenge him. His knowledge of their weaknesses made him one of the most untouchable figures in American politics. Historical example: Napoleon Bonaparte. Before entering a negotiation, he studied his enemies obsessively. He knew their fears, desires, and personal struggles, allowing him to manipulate them with ease. Modern version: sales professionals and high-level negotiators. They identify a client's pain points and tailor their pitch accordingly, ensuring they control the conversation.
The truth is, I'm not really sure what happened.
The lesson: if you control someone's weakness, you control their decisions. People treat you based on how you present yourself. Act like royalty and you will be respected. Example: Louis XIV, the Sun King, demanded absolute loyalty, and because he projected superiority, people followed without question. He dressed, acted, and carried himself as if he were chosen by destiny itself. Another example is Muhammad Ali. Long before he became a champion, he spoke like one. He called himself the greatest before the world recognized it. His confidence made people believe it. In the corporate world, luxury brands create an aura of exclusivity. They price high, use selective marketing, and make their products appear as if only the elite can own them. This strategy elevates their perceived status. The lesson: if you want respect, project confidence and exclusivity. The right move at the wrong time is a disaster. Patience and precision are key. Consider Warren Buffett's investment strategy. He waits for the perfect moment to buy stocks, never rushing. His patience has made him one of the wealthiest investors in history. Historical example: Julius Caesar's rise to power. He didn't declare himself emperor immediately. He waited, built alliances, and struck when the moment was right. In sports, Floyd Mayweather's defensive boxing style is all about timing. He lets his opponents tire themselves out before striking with precision. The takeaway? Powerful people don't act impulsively. They wait for the perfect moment to make their move. The greatest revenge? Indifference. When you ignore something, you rob it of power. Example: Marcus Aurelius in Stoicism. He refused to react to attacks, making his enemies powerless. He understood that emotional control was the greatest strength. Another example, the British Empire's response to Gandhi. Initially they tried suppressing him, but when they ignored his protests, he only gained more power. Eventually they had no choice but to engage with him on his terms. Modern version? Elon Musk's approach to critics. He often responds with humor or simply ignores negative press, letting his success speak louder than any controversy. The lesson? If something threatens to disturb your power, the worst thing you can do is acknowledge it. Let it fade into irrelevance. These laws separate the amateurs from the true players. Power isn't given, it's taken. The question is, will you use it or will it be used against you? Which of these laws shocked you the most? Let us know in the comments. Subscribe so you don't miss part 4, the final episode revealing the ultimate power strategies. Next episode, the final laws of power, mastering influence and